Broadcasting live all the way from Santon, Marlboro, man. It's your boy Ronny J. Drizz, extraordinary DJ. The name of the show is the Bogart Morning Show. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's an extraordinary Friday today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because yesterday was my birthday.
Hey.
And I'm feeling nice, man. You know what I mean? I like the love that I get, you know.
Yeah.
I don't usually get it because now I tell people my birthday because I never used to tell. It just used to pass because personally I used to forget it.
Is it?
Yeah, and then
you used to forget your birthday.
And then I change my friends, and then my friends I'm like, wait, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Then
Wait, go back. You changed your friends.
I changed my friends. And then they were like, they picked up this thing like, wait, it's your birthday. And then, they started,
That's
celebrating
sweet.
the birthday.
That's
so
sweet.
It just ended up being, we're celebrating the birthday. So, hey, man.
Yeah, now you're surrounded by people that will make sure that you don't forget your birthday.
Oh, yeah, no, they make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Even you guys, you make sure that I don't forget my birthday. Shout out to you guys.
Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. More life, more blessings.
Yes. It's Bogart Radio, your ultimate online station, Vibrant. It's a Friday, the 8th of August, ladies and gentlemen, 2025. It's almost over, hey?
Mm-hmm. It is.
We are here broadcasting live in the heart of Johannesburg in Sandton. So, the sun is shining. It was shining this morning, but I think cloud, it just came back with the clouds, And I did speak too early last time saying the summer is here because yesterday, this weather was just not agreeing with my statement there. I can tell you now, man. All right, cool. So it's time to rise, shine, grind, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the weather, whether you're sipping on your cup of coffee, whether you're in Cape Town, you're in London, or New York City, wherever you're tuned in from, man, grab your cup of coffee, man. Let's do this. The Bogart Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen, and let's make today the start of something extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right. We've got a loaded show for you today between 9 and 11. That's where we're going to be together. So buckle up. We've got lots coming up. The Bogart man once said, just dropping some wisdom, just to spark your Friday fire, you know what I mean? And did you know that segment packed with mind-blowing facts, including some wild stats as well about some major Lotto Power Boys, well, jackpot. You're not going to believe this, because, for the past 5 years, they've been winners only on 2 banking apps. Isn't that strange? Just 2 banking apps. I wonder how many banking apps we got there, but don't worry, in the second hour we got Rob's also coming through with another sports update, man. You definitely want to tune into that. And the topic of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing the laughs with you. It's hilarious tips on how to handle some scammers, because nothing says says weekend vibes like an outsmarting a trickster.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So we definitely come back. We're going to dive into all those things, man. It's going to be an exciting one. Don't forget to download the Bogart Radio app. And let's chat on the morning show, man. And yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be chatting with you. I will reply you instantly. So that, you can even do a song request as well. But just join the conversation. It's going to be a great one. Good morning. All right, cool, incredible sounds right here on the Bogart Morning Show. The name's Ronny J. Drizz, extraordinary DJ here with Siphesihle and Rob. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I'm here also.
And Feroza.
And Feroza in the building.
Of course, you're not going to leave you out. You know what I mean? Okay, cool, man. Exciting times. I actually don't know the name of that song, but I'm sure people had their Shazam.
Yes, Kwane.
Okay. Kwane.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool, man.
Simi and Sanao.
All right, cool, man. It's time for Bogart Man Once Said, where we share some impactful knowledge just to, keep your day going. So today's one, it's you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. These are the wise words of Jim Rohan. I'm not sure if you pronounce it Rohan or Ron. It's called R-O-H-N.
Ron.
But yes,
I'd say Ron.
Ron.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Jim Ron.
Yeah, Ron. Okay, cool. It's another Ron here. But Rons are wise, guys. You know what I'm saying? All the Rons. They're wise. I'm just saying.
All the Rons are wise.
Yes.
Okay.
So, clocking time isn't enough. Just clocking. You need to bring impact to the time that you have. So let's be honest. You don't get paid for for showing up. You get paid for what you do when you show up, which is quite important because, sometimes whatever you do when you show up,
Yeah.
it impacts the next gig or the next everything else. You know what I mean? Because people are watching you, and you get to inspire other people. Whether you help other people with what you're doing and whatever you're doing in society.
Yeah.
You help with bringing up and building the society.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you put 100% into it, and you bring an impact of the time that you're getting paid for as well.
Yeah.
I want us to look at that situation of other people feeling envious about that guy that comes into the office, not the same hours as everyone else. He comes in a little later in the afternoon, he leaves earlier.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this guy getting paid so much? It's because of what he does in the time that he's there. He spent many years studying to qualify for a certain thing and have certain skills. So now, of course, he's getting paid more for the less time. When you have to work 8 hours in order to get just a fraction of what he earns, it's because of what he does when he shows
put in the
up
quality of
compared
the
to
work.
you. Yeah.
Okay. I think I hear the chats. I think the way you guys are explaining it makes sense. So it's all about quality or not quantity. So it's not about the amount of time that you're spending doing something, but how well you're actually doing something.
Exactly. So it
Nice.
will impact what you do in the future. That's what I was trying to actually say.
that.
So once more again, don't get paid for the hour. Get paid for the value that you bring to the hour. All right, cool, man. It's time. When we come back, we're definitely going to dive into Did You Know That, where we share some fascinating facts as well. Today we're heading over to Japan. So when we come back, we're definitely going to hold you down with that one.
Listen, this track hits, hey? It's Gabza's one, and it's from his new album. I stand to be corrected. Is that correct, nah?
Yes.
It's from his new album. It's hot.
Can we just take a second to say how amazing your voice is? Even me, I felt goosebumps there.
Thank you. I'm trying.
You haven't heard the song Be Back announced that good.
Okay, cool, man. It's the Bogart Morning Show right here on the Bogart Radio. It's time for Did You Know That? Some facts that we got and amazing facts that we share almost every day on the show right here, man. The time is exactly 33 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Today, Did You Know That? So in Japan, which is very bizarre, letting a sumo wrestler make your baby cry is considered good luck. Yeah, so a sumo wrestler, for all those who don't know, a sumo wrestler. Okay, we're gonna get into that. I don't know which world you're living in because everyone knows a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually a part of a 400-year-old tradition called a nakisumo. So it's held annually, actually, at various temples across Japan. So the ceremony conducts like this, yeah. So the professional sumo wrestler takes turns holding babies and gently tries to make them cry. And this is, sometimes they might growl at the baby, bounce the baby a little bit. So if the baby cries, that means it's good luck to the baby. Or is it good luck to the parents of the baby? It's the parents.
The baby.
So the baby's got good luck. Oh, okay, cool. So with the sumo wrestler, make sure the baby cries.
Robert, who wouldn't cry? I mean, there's a
I was
sumo
about
wrestler.
to
There's a
say.
guy, there's a half-naked man
Half-naked.
who weighs almost a ton, who has the face of a Yokosumo warrior. Which baby would not cry?
You don't know babies.
Never mind the
babies
shaking,
smile.
never mind the tossing in the air.
Listen, some babies
do
will
smile.
think they will smile. They'll think that this is a whole entire setup that we're playing, and they will start just smiling.
Wow.
And trust me, it's hard. You don't know babies like that because the babies don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Because all they want is to smile and play, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, this big guy, this big
He's
fat
like
guy."
tossing me in the air.
You're even tossing me in the air. I don't get that every day. Obviously, they're gonna smile and laugh. So to get them to cry, it's difficult.
It's not as easy,
It's
I
not
think.
as easy, yeah.
But maybe like a good 80% might cry, and then you just find those
Yeah,
babies
maybe,
that
yeah.
are just like, come on.
Tough one.
Well, of course, speaking about
I've
crying,
seen worse.
Yeah.
touching on the crying, of course, the belief is that crying babies tends to drive away evil spirits and brings through some good health. Also strengthens and gives a long life. So if your baby's crying with a sumo wrestler, you're definitely in for a long haul.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, only in
We
Japan.
don't find sumo only in Japan. I was not.
Yeah, only in
Japan.
Japan.
Sumo wrestlers. Yeah.
No,
It's
it's a Japanese thing. It's a Japanese thing. So, but wait, as the sumo wrestler at the Olympics?
No. So it's not recognized as an Olympic sport because it's only participated by one country. Funny, no, let me not dive.
Yeah. Let's not dive into that because we are about to attack your number one people.
Yeah, I was going to ask some questions. Why?
In the NFL. We need to ask. In fact, we need to ask those questions.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't make sense.
there's NFL, but it's part of the Olympics.
And they're trying to bring baseball into
Yeah.
the Olympics. That's why.
Yeah,
Only one country plays
also,
baseball.
So sumo should also come in. Do we have a sport here in Africa? That belongs to us?
No,
we don't.
We don't.
We're not recognized on that level.
How ingedo?
Mama, don't make it. Don't make it.
We must do that. When they come with those other things, we'll say, okay, we also want Olympics for Ingedo.
Yeah, we're just gonna make up.
Yeah, we'll make up something, and
if grooving was a sport, I'm sure we'll participate.
We'll take it.
We'll take those medals.
We're number one.
Every 4 years, every Olympics, we got it.
We are number one.
All right, cool. When we come back, we're definitely we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back with some fascinating news, what's been happening locally and internationally as well. It's the Bogart Morning Show. Good morning.
Now, just to get some political news out the way before we dive into some interesting entertainment news throughout the course of your Friday afternoon, Friday morning rather, we want to get through all the formal stuff out the way quickly. And we'll dive into some news coming in as far as ministerial news is concerned, where Minister McPherson opens up a criminal case in an explosive IDT bribery scandal, which of course involves a suspended CEO. And of course you might be asking, why is this news? It's been circulating over the news channels for quite some time during the course of this month and last month rather. With the suspended CEO of the Independent Development Trust, known as the IDT, and of course our spokesperson, allegedly tried to bribe an investigative journalist to stop a corruption expose. Hey.
I didn't understand what was going on there.
There's nothing new in the country.
Up until it started trending.
It's nothing new, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing new, but I think the way she did it, that's why she's trending. Because now, this guy is known for investigating.
Yeah.
Actually, he's known for investigating.
Yes.
I mean, that's now you're gonna try and bribe this thing. This guy, I mean,
it's like trying to bribe. Who can? It's like trying to bribe Monk. Have you guys seen the series Monk?
No, I haven't.
Feroza?
What does he do?
Seen Monk?
Like his moral campus is insane.
It's like a detective who has next level OCD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like Monk. You haven't seen Monk?
No, I think so. I haven't seen it.
It's old man investigator. Okay, but nonetheless, Dean McPherson is like Monk, to say the least.
But that lady gave that guy, that journalist, everything in it.
Yo.
Plus, I heard that she called this journalist and saying, let's meet up, and the journalist said, let's meet up at the location that he picked. It doesn't make sense. Which doesn't.
I think it comes to, it's more of she's used, I don't want to say used to it, but maybe when you do something.
Down. That's just being done. I'm sorry.
I don't necessarily think it's a matter of
at
being,
least to have some.
I think it's more of not even being dumb. I think sometimes when you're so used to doing something all the time, you don't really take the right precautions, because you're so used to, I can meet up with Rob and give him the brown envelope and this one, and everyone's like, you don't really overthink that. Let me be very, very careful.
How much money did you
It's about 60,000 that she wanted to
try
to bribe.
the bribe.
But how much money is the whole scandal?
It's alleged it's 836 million. It's an oxygen plant deal.
Hold up. You're trying to. There's 800 million, and you're gonna bribe this person
with 60K.
They did promise more. They did tell him that he will be getting a bit more.
But no, that's not how we do deals out here.
As you calling me to come meet with you, I know you're getting 800
million, and you're gonna come with 60K.
You offer me 60K.
60K.
And you're telling me, I'll get more later.
60K is supposed to be the meal that we're having.
It's not about the fee. I hear you guys.
The Coke.
Yeah.
And the drink and the water that they bring there.
That's 60,000.
That's 60,000.
Yeah.
Before we even
started.
So you guys felt like feel like he was supposed to get
first
more.
of all, this lady is very disrespectful to the criminal society, and I feel like
you guys, it's not about the fee. Even if they were bribing him 10 rand or 20,000. It's not about the fee.
If I was just journalist, I was going to be like, you know what, Mama?
I just feel like we've become let me be honest. As a country, I believe we're becoming very desensitized to corruption to a point where now we are concerned about the 60,000. A lot of people are actually saying that even on socials. No one is saying, okay, people are obviously very, very concerned about the corruption, which as we should. But a lot of people are saying 60,000, chief. Why are you giving me? Give me a meal. Why?
Give me a meal.
I feel like we're clearly becoming a bit too desensitized as Africans and South Africans to the corruption that's happening, where now we're so focused on the 60,000.
Listen, we should be focused on the other things, but it's just that it's entertaining because the fact that she would give this person 60,000 when it's 800,000 in your pocket, 800 million in your pocket.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Like 20 mil. If it was 20,000, 20 million, trust me, that conversation we're going to go.
Is that
but not with this journalist. Apparently apparently
Dean never would have snitched.
Even if maybe he would have been, he would have received like a
at
good
least he
20
would have
M.
like flinched a little bit.
With a name like McPherson, you won't snitch.
He won't snitch.
Let me give you
Nah?
guys some context for the story is concerned. Of course, the IDT has long been plagued by corruption scandals, tender irregularities, and of course, unfinished projects. Attempts to clean up the organization has faced strong resistance from the entrenched interests, of course, including some political groups and media players. The bribery attempt was caught on video, which is very, very unfortunate. That's the worst way to be caught, and of course, showing the lengths that some will go just to silence our whistleblowers and of course our journalists. And we've seen this over the course of the month that some whistleblowers are literally sitting in the cars, and before you know it, lights out, their life has come to an end. So it's really something that's intensified in the country in terms of corruptions, but also just dealing with whistleblowers. I think that's another thing we have to focus in the country, where you can't just come out and be a whistleblower. You have to be heavily protected either by government or somebody from a higher security company. If you are going to be a whistleblower from someone who's in a higher political power, you can't just go around and start blowing whistles and saying, hey, Mang did this, or Kenny Kunene was showing at this event. The next day, chief, we might not see you. So I think a lot of people are becoming a lot more aware of that, and possibly avoiding being whistleblowers because of the repercussions of calling out somebody for wrongdoing or corruption.
Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. Yeah. Wait, is this lady arrested now?
From what it stands, Minister McPherson has now opened up a case against those involved and urged other journalists to come forward if they've been approached by such that entrepreneurs and others that receive lump sum amounts of money that should go somewhere else, but of course the money gets pocketed or rather be distributed amongst groups.
Oh, that's how it happens. Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. If you get a tender, say you can get the tender based on your own work and the documents you sent in. No, someone had to open up a certain door for you, and that person also in his door, he needs furniture
as well.
They need food in that house. So
a lot of people are involved in such things. Hey, you are
you
right.
have to pay off a lot of people, and from that 800 million you'll find the job that it was paid for, probably like 200 million will go to that job, and the rest is being given out to paying out people that ensured you got the tender.
That's why a lot of jobs don't even end up getting done.
Sure.
You know, we wonder that, okay, you had this deal to do a bridge and to do whatever, but the job was never done. And we're like, why? And it's because there were just so many people eating the cake.
That's true. That's
just sad, eh? That's very sad.
I think what concerns me is how we're starting Women's Month. Like, I don't like the way we are starting Women's Month. It's Women's Month.
Let's just take a second, man. It's Women's Month. Give us some horns.
Shout out to all the ladies.
Shout out to all the ladies.
Shout out to all the ladies.
It's incredible.
Yeah, sorry for coming in and crashing all your festivities. It is the land that we live in. There's some political news that we can't ignore.
Can't ignore it all. I feel like now this conversation as well as women, especially in the space, whether you're an entrepreneur trying to get into the tender space, procurement, whatever. I feel like now this will always be like a conversation, and now you become the poster. You know, I don't want to say poster baby, but poster woman of corruption. You understand? You're the example now. So when some of us want to try, wasn't it for an oxygen plant deal?
It was oxygen plant deal, which is something uncalled for, something uncommon in the country. And actually, you'll find some of the big tenders in the country always go to things that it's not very publicized.
Yes.
I mean, we would assume a tender for covering potholes, for instance, would be publicized, and that's something as the general public would look at and say, okay, we actually want to see how this is going to unfold.
Yeah.
But if something for like an oxygen plant, you're sitting here in Joburg and you think, actually, this does not concern me at all. These numbers don't mean nothing to me. But there's somebody in that whole organization that's being affected, and you say right now that there's a woman, for instance, that is being put out in the public eye and made an example on Women's Month. And not only her, I think there's certain cases where you have women that have to reach certain heights to achieve certain things and give themselves away physically, sometimes emotionally, just so they can achieve certain heights in the political realm.
And I think
that's the biggest concern. You know, so it's a 5 steps back.
Yeah, it sets us back. I feel like if you're aspiring to now get into the space even more, you know, that already as a woman is so challenging, you know, so I feel like I believe it has set us back, but hopefully we can bounce back and, you know, our moral campus must align, guys.
All right.
This is tricky.
Oh, okay, cool, man. I mean, yeah, it's very tricky.
It is.
But yeah, man, where's this lady? This lady should be arrested so that at least the whistleblower.
Man, Ronny, we're trying to encourage Happy Women's Month here.
And he's coming with her.
You're coming here with arrest, man.
So there's Women's Month and there's a lady involved.
Wow,
and I'm sorry, guys.
You're already in your progress. Man.
No, it's still in my head.
He's like, really? Where's this lady? This lady must be arrested.
Trying to get a flowers on Women's Month.
Okay, speaking about unlawful stuff, happening. The topic of the day is that hilarious tips on how to behave or deal with scammers at some point in time.
Can I just interject before we dive into this? I know it's our topic of the day, but I wanted to add another by topic. We had this conversation just now about certain feelings you have. Of recent, I think the past 2 weeks, I've had a feeling that my hijacking days or my hijacking day is around the corner.
Oh yeah, hijacking
I feel like
day.
there's someone that's cooking a plan to say this one with his VW.
We see him every day.
Now, I know it comes in quite unfortunate because earlier on this morning it was announced that one of my closest colleagues and somebody that we were quite closely within the brand was hijacked yesterday or 2 days ago. He had lost all his belongings, including his digital belongings, and that's where all his work happens. And I'm just sitting here, I'm thinking, imagine just being a victim of a hijacking where in your mind you had one focus: I'm leaving the office, getting on the freeway, I'm gonna be home. By the time I get home, these are my plans to do when I get home. And here you are, not even 10 minutes away from the office, and there's a hijacking that takes place. All your plans have been derailed. Everything you planned for the rest of the year has possibly been derailed because now you're dealing with an issue where you're physically attacked. Now you have to deal with the emotional. You have to deal with the emotional implications of it, the financial implications of it, and you just sit there and you think, what have I done to deserve this? And of course, you told me in our secret the best thing to do is to pray about it.
It is because I had a similar feeling 2 years ago where I felt like I'll be in an accident. Like every time. So with me, it's like every time I'd enter my car, I wouldn't be at peace. Like I'd just have anxiety, my heart would start beating, and I'm like, this is so abnormal. I've been driving for the past 7 years. Like this feels so weird, so it got to a point where I felt so uneasy using my car. I used Uber actually to go to work, like a couple of times when I felt like I'm so uneasy, I'm so unsettled, right? So when I started praying about it eventually went away. And I think that's just a way that depending on who and what you believe in, that communication just alert you.
The most important thing that he's okay.
That's the most
important thing above all else. Otherwise, it could have taken a very wrong.
But Ronny, that okay?
We're having a discussion, a wrong discussion right now.
That okay has
implications as well, trauma as well.
Being okay is not just the two legs.
No, but you got to look at it that way.
You got to look at the silver lining.
It's not a silver lining. Like that's how it is. Because trust me, most of it they don't go well. Most of this hijacking.
That's so true.
I can tell you now.
But that is a good way to look at it. That I still have my life.
Yeah, you still have your life.
Yeah,
and they could have taken him.
That's for sure.
Once they taken him, because most hijackers happens that way.
And we're always encouraged to not try to be a hero.
Yes, don't try to be a hero. When they take you, they empty your bank accounts. They do all sorts of things.
Imagine you're there, you're dealing. I'm sure you just go blank.
And and at the end of the day, they get rid of you. You know what I mean? So that's actually quite bad. Because that's why I also fear about Uber drivers. Because that's a very dangerous job that most people don't. Because remember, they're gonna still hijack your car, and you can't report to the Uber system, because if they let you go, you're gonna report, and now they can't use the car to do their deeds. So they have to.
But don't they most likely just take the car for what's this? For spare parts, I'm assuming.
No. They usually take it to go commit other crimes. Because you can't commit crime with your own car. Because it will trace back to you. So what they do, they book an Uber, gunpoint. Probably they will throw him somewhere in the ditch or something like that. Then they take the car, then they go use the car to commit crime.
Well, I mean, look, I open up this conversation just for our listeners. So if you are listening, if you aren't listening, just make your way down to the Bogart Radio app. Download the app and try join us in the conversation. I just wanted to get some feedback from you guys as our listeners. How have you dealt with a hijacking? If you've ever been involved in a hijacking, and what's the best way to prepare? I don't understand. What's the best way to prepare yourself for a hijacking? If there's even a better way to do that, because we are in a country that's thrived by crime. And recently, of course, we are approaching the festive season, just in the summer season, where people are getting desperate to fill up their own personal accounts via the liability or via someone else being affected by it. So I just wanted to get some insight from you as a listener. Have you been hijacked before, or if you haven't, how do you what's the best way to prepare yourself for hijacking? That's part of one part of our conversation, alongside the topic of the day, which of course Ronny mentioned. Just repeat that again. Topic of the day is
right. Let me get it right here. Hilarious tips on how to behave when you deal with the scammer.
I'm looking forward to that
especially
one.
with scammers. That's if you realize they are scammers, because 100% half the time you can tell these are scammers. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to deal with the scammers, I'm going to tell you a few things also about scammers and just to look out for them, because that's also very important. Because a lot of people are getting scammed, especially here.
We're in the digital world, so scamming is a normal.
It's a very big thing.
It's on an all-time high.
So please download the Bogart Radio app and share your thoughts and maybe your experiences as well, man. We'd definitely like to hear your experience, because it's a funny one. It's actually hilarious, because I got a hilarious story as well when we come back. Good morning. Shout out to my birthday song. I had a great day yesterday, and I'm still having a great day. In fact, you know what? The birthday was on a Thursday. So Friday is the birthday. Saturday is the birthday.
So you're going
Sunday is the birthday. You know, we're
in?
going in, and we might just continue to Monday.
Please don't forget Monday's work. Please don't. We need you on Monday. No, please.
Oh no, best believe I'm gonna be here with my people. Of course,
yeah?
I'm gonna be here with my people, man. My people they can't survive without me. You know, the listeners.
We need
you know what
you.
I mean? I mean, we are one, man. This is one, and I love the energy. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in from wherever you tuned in. I see my people in Cape Town as well, Durban as well, Gauteng. We got Pretoria, Joburg also tuned in, man. I got somebody from London as well, man. They were talking about this whole scamming situation.
Is it not East London?
They say East
they
London.
didn't specify.
Nah, they said
London.
all the way from London.
So we're
Let me
assuming
check.
it's UK.
It's UK.
It's UK,
We are assuming
yeah,
UK.
it's UK.
We're
No,
gonna choose
we won't be- yeah, we'll choose UK
I can see it on the map here. Like they are in UK, so it's fine. Yeah. Well, shout out, man. We didn't know we got UK listeners as well. Okay, guys, have you ever thought what we should call our listeners?
I've never thought of
Because
that.
there's a lot of them. Hey, I never thought about that.
I've never thought of that.
Or maybe they can even tell us what they like to be called as well. When we come back. Yeah, you know what I mean. They can tell us on the Bogart Radio app. Then.
What they think, nah?
Yeah, what they think it is.
Yeah, no, they must
I
tell
guess.
us.
Yeah, but shout out to everybody who's tuned in, and shout out to everybody for recognizing my birthday. I got a lovely lunch from Mama J, so I just want to give a shout out to her.
Mama
Please
J.
give her some horns.
Shout out, Mama J.
Yes, she was like, you know what? She called me yesterday because I was just here for a brief moment, and I had to rush to a meeting.
Yeah.
So she didn't know. She had given me a call. She gave me a lovely call.
No,
she
that's
gave me
nice
a
of
lovely
her, man.
message, and it was amazing.
Dope,
It was amazing.
So it's nice to feel loved and to be loved.
It is. It is.
I trust that song got the Friday movements going through. Of course, we want everything. Sonke. We want all the money, all the bangumbas.
money.
So if you are chasing that money today, all the best for that, and hopefully you attain the chankuras that you are looking
So
for.
Magumba is money.
What does Magumba mean?
I think Magumba is money.
Magumba makes
yeah,
sense.
it makes sense.
We want
That's the only
money.
thing
It's the only
they
one.
want.
It's
It
only
makes
chankuras.
sense.
That's the only thing.
Only
That's the only
Yeah.
thing you want. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I want.
Nah?
Just say, you know what I mean?
It's funny, no?
I want peace at the end of the door, but I know the money brings the
When
peace.
someone asks you, what do you want, Magumba?
It's funny that
Okay.
the older you get, the more terms we have for money, because
That's
money
true.
seems to run away. So we always
That's
have
true.
different terms that will
We
make you feel
really-
closer to us. Money was drifting away too far. Then we went to Chankura. Chankura felt as if it was now I can attain Chankura. Chankura moved away way too fast.
It's still there.
Oh, it's
somewhere.
there?
It's still there somewhere.
They still use Chankura.
Now we
I had a
have
couple of
Magumbas
people telling me about it.
It's Madiba now.
Oh, it's
Funo
Madibas now.
Madiba.
No, Madiba's they've always been there. Madiba's
yeah.
you know, hey, Madiba never
Always-
goes away,
always
man.
has.
Madiba bags, man. All right, cool, man. This is the Bogart Morning Show, just in case you've joined us. 9 minutes past the hour, 10 o'clock. The name's Ronny J. Drizz here with Rob, Feroza, and Siphesihle. Right, so we did ask a question. Hilarious tips on how to behave or dealing with scammers. So we did ask you to give us a little bit and a few more of your experiences, or just share a little bit, you know what I mean? So when I tell them, when I get a scammer on the phone, in fact, not even a scammer, do you know what I do?
Oh, you talk to them?
I talk
You
to
go into
them. I'll be like,
conversations?
my brother, listen, before you even sell me anything, or before you even scam me on anything, just download the Bogart Radio app, and then we can talk.
Then we can
okay,
chat.
because if you're not
Yeah.
going to download, because you're going to sell me something, I'm going to
Smart.
sell you something.
For sure.
I give them the time. And shame, sometimes I feel for them, man. The other one had to call the manager. Like, manager going to download the app. I'm like, call your manager, tell the manager to give you your
To also
phone.
download the app.
Yeah. Because you want to sell something to me, I'm going to sell something to you. Because my time is valuable,
That's
you know what I
smart.
mean?
Sure,
So
yeah.
something's got to happen, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's
Yeah.
how I deal with them, you know, these people here. So got a few voice notes. Oh, actually, people commenting on the Bogart Radio app. On the morning tab, somebody said, I don't know who this one
This
is.
one, I think.
Okay, cool. The first one here that I got to say, shout out to the guys from London. Oh, yes. This one's listening from London. Yes, T. T is listening from London. He said, I trolled a scammer by complaining that their Oscar-worthy voice acting.
Oh, no, wait, by complimenting.
Yeah, by complimenting, yes. So actually, by complimenting them for their Oscar-worthy acting and asking if they have audiobooks.
Wow.
They were asking if he's got audiobooks because his voice was so nice.
This scammer must have been thinking, actually, I actually called the right person because this one here is not.
Shout out to T. Okay, this one is interesting here. Eh? He said that they got frustrated that they forgot their script.
Sure.
So, what's the funniest scam call you have ever had, man?
Yeah,
Please share it.
What's your funniest one?
Guys, I don't want to say that I can't be scammed. I can, but I only receive a lot of SMSs. And what I do,
when you're a child of God, you see it coming from far, no?
You know the drill. You know. But on the real, I just see SMSs, and then these SMSs, I just respond back. Like, honestly, like, okay, I'm not gonna say it on air, but I swear at them.
Oh, yeah?
When I get these SMSs that are telling me, because you can see that this is fake. Like, I swear, like, I write a paragraph of.
You know what the sad
I take
part
it far.
But now, sorry, Ronny, but now those SMS at the end they say no reply. Who are you replying?
No. You know why I'm replying? No, it's not the ones with a lot of numbers. It's where it's like a 067 or 072 telling you that your package is here. Please press on this link because you're exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like those are the ones I get. I haven't received anything serious.
SMSs I don't really reply, but you know the sad thing is about some people click on these links, especially the ones with the links.
Yeah.
If you get a text message with the link, ladies and gentlemen, do not click on the link.
Leave it alone.
No matter how much they're offering you, the jackpot, Powerball, what you want,
now, Ronny, here's the issue
because
now we're diving into tax season, and SARS of course have been sending SMSs, have been sending emails to a lot of the members. They don't send the links, but now here you are, you're sitting at home, you think, yo, I haven't done my tax returns in so long. I wonder what my numbers are looking like as SARS, and then jiggy this SMS that comes in from SARS. Already in your mind, you're thinking, yo, this thing I need to attend to it right now. You think, hey, let me click this link. Maybe it's a blessing from God. Let me sort it out immediately. As you click that link, here you are. You've got into another phishing plan.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good, eh?
They're very good.
So they've gone as far as SARS. Even SARS themselves started sending out emails and documents and just saying, just be wary of the SARS phishing, of SARS scams and phishing that's going on online. And you know the issue. Fair enough, we want to say do things physically or walk into a SARS building, but the world has become digital. A lot of our accessibility has become on a digital platform. So some people will find it more comfortable or more feasible to work from home or to work on the digital devices as opposed to walking into a building. So I do see the aspect of encouraging digital use, but also you have the older generation that want to walk into an office, that want to deal with the person hand in hand or face to face, and that's when now we have to deal with the issues as to how do we curb the issue of cyber phishing or cyber scamming without having to deteriorate the lives of the older generations and possibly those that are not technically inclined.
I just want to take this moment here just to add on to what you're saying, just to build on that one in terms of SARS, obviously going online and everything else. Have you been to SARS? The queue there is traumatizing.
I can imagine, bro.
It's traumatizing. It's
worse than Home Affairs.
Worse
than Home Affairs.
Okay, Home Affairs takes number one spot, but SARS is also like. But they have an online platform as well, you know. So I feel like there needs to be a way to educate these people, but they need to do better because we ain't trying to go to SARS, especially if they ask you to come in. That one,
it's tricky.
It's a bit tricky, but yeah, man. So don't click on the links. Ladies and gentlemen,
don't.
The end stories. Don't click on the links. Don't.
And all the aunties and the mamas out there that like sending us links and saying, "Hey, a tornado hits Kakura." There's no tornado in Kakura. Please don't click that link. Don't. No.
I think the funniest one I always receive is the emails that are telling me that I'm a beneficiary of like millions and millions of US dollars.
That one's
and someone died, and those ones make me laugh. I'm like, they send.
That one has been there for years.
It's been, and they want this. They want that, and I'm just reading there. I'm like, you guys have energy and someone died, and you are the beneficiary.
Speaking about someone dying, have you seen the scams where it's the crowdfunding one where someone took a picture of someone in hospital breathing through ventilation equipment and saying this person has been in hospital, has been in a coma for 12 months. We in need of some rescuing and some assistance. Please feel free to donate any amount of money you feel comfortable. With the link being sent there, and then here you are. It's touching you because now you hear it's some sentimental stuff. You know, they're really hitting you on the nerve, and you're thinking, yo, I could really give $100 or $1,000 to save this person, and before you know it, that $1,000 becomes 10K that you've been scammed by.
Scams are real, man. And then we've got Dumiso also coming through on the Bogart radio app saying, "Yo, Ronny J Drizz, I once got a scam call claiming my bank account was hacked." This one is a real one.
That one is a real one.
That one is a real one because a lot of people are victims. I remember who was also a victim just recently was telling me about this. But let me just finish here. I went full clueless mode and said, "Oh, my account that's managed by a goldfish." Bubbles. That's the name of the goldfish. He said.
Wow.
Let me ask him first. He's gonna ask.
Let me ask my goldfish Bubbles.
Yes. He's gonna ask, and then he said the guy got so confused he just hung up.
No, that is wild. I like that though. I like that.
Okay, that's wild.
That is so wild.
That's wild. The goldfish called Bubbles.
I guess it goes in line.
I guess this person Dumiso is like me, eh?
Yeah.
Because I do such things.
You just frustrate them.
So you just find the fun in their seriousness.
Yeah. I'm actually interested. Like I like to hear them. You sort of like I like to play with it, to actually go deeper in the rabbit hole to say, look, where are you coming from with this? Like,
you're reminding me of a video I saw, and I think this was a Nigerian lady, and she was receiving a phone call, and I think I saw it. I'm not sure if I saw it on X or Insta, but as she's receiving the phone call, and obviously the scam is saying, "Ma'am, can I please get your credit card details? This and this and this and this," and then she pretends to get into a car crash. She literally makes like car crash sounds with another phone. Yep. So as she's pretending to get into a car crash, she's like, "Yeah, I just got in a car crash." The scammer still says, "Oh, sorry, ma'am, but can I please get your credit card details?" Guys, I swear. She literally pretended. You know what you're saying? They took it to another level. She literally had the sounds. She had everything. And she pretended that I just got into a car crash. She's like, "Okay, let me quickly check my bag and give you the details." And then she's like, "No, I just got in an accident." The scammer was like, "No, it's so
credit card, please.
Credit card card number, please."
Business as usual.
Business as usual. That's when I was like, "No, this is bad." No, it's so bad, guys. I'll send you guys the video. I was astonished.
Yeah, I think it's become so intense now that even the scammers themselves have no filter. It's just a point of, okay, here's my target.
Yeah.
When I get these targeted numbers or these targeted information, then we move on to the next step. So they're not worried about any other issue that you might be going out in, might be facing. It's none of their concern. In their mind, it's just receive data from you that they can use to access your accounts.
Crazy, and but also the bank thing is a real one. The bank will never call you with the scamming situation. They'll probably just say, in fact, they'll just block the whole thing, and then you have to they'll block your whole account if they suspect something, and then you probably have to go back to the bank.
You know, that's the thing about the bank. The bank have a lot of encrypted codes and whatnot to protect you as a user. But then if you dive as far as other apps that are aligned with the banking app itself. So for instance, if you go into Apple Pay, for instance, Apple Pay, I don't want to say it's heavily encrypted, but also it's quite what's the word? It's quite fragile and volatile in terms of scamming. I know a couple of friends of mine were scammed through the Standard Bank apps via Apple Pay. So there'll be certain payments that will go through Apple Pay, but only Standard Bank had realized that later on to say, "Oh, actually, we saw these payments going through here, but we didn't receive it on the app, on the Standard Bank app, but it went through on your Apple Pay." And my friend was like, "No, but actually, I didn't pay for this 20,000 rand amount here. Where's it coming from?" And then then the red lights and the fraud alerts came in from Standard Bank only afterwards. So I think there are aligned apps, and there are certain apps that we do download, and we don't think those apps are encrypted. Apps that are not encrypted are more volatile and give you more access or vulnerability to being scammed. So maybe also just be wary about the type of apps that you do download, and whether it's linked to your banking apps or anything financial related.
I think
it's crazy, man.
I think what's sad is that now legitimate companies that like telemarketers that actually work for legitimate companies, now when they call you, now you also think they're scamming you. Now you're ignoring them, and it could be a very important call where they want to update or find out about your FICA documents, that please come and update your FICA stuff for your address.
Before it used to be good. Even when the people call me with the bank or something, I do owe money, the gym membership that you left 2 years ago. But those guys, when they call me
2 years ago, they
call me for that 50 rand.
We run our money.
Money. I'm like, but just tell us your email. I'm like, no, I'm not telling you anything. I don't know you. Like, they have the audacity to even call you and say, give us. Sometimes they're actually real.
That's what I'm saying. That guys
sometimes
are
they're actually
real.
But those guys, I was like, guys, you need to check your system
They're
and
so
do it in
real.
another way. Because if I owe you, you're gonna tell me like it's you, Ronny. Yes, I know you.
Do you know how many
this is your number you
clients-
called here already. So yeah. Plus, they also say they're trying to protect the information. They don't want to give the information. Listen,
Fair.
what is another person gonna do? Even if it's not me, you think another person is Ronny. What are they gonna do if they know I owe them 200 rands? Yeah, like I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing, but they don't want to release the information unless they're sure that it's you.
With the gym stuff you're speaking about right now, I had an issue with Planet Fitness. I have to bring them out here now.
No, it is Planet Fitness.
You know,
because
it's always them. It's always Planet Fitness. Other than it's always them.
But
you know, where my contract had ended with the gym, and then after the contract had ended, every month I got debited 250 rand, but the gym amount was about 800 rand. So I went to the gym. I'm like, but guys, I keep getting debit orders from you guys for 250 rand. Why are you debit order? And here are the reference numbers. And the reference numbers we change every month. So I asked them, like, no, we actually don't know who's debiting this amount, but we'll follow up. I'm like, what you to me? You don't know. Your information is right here. And the last gym I went to was Planet Fitness, and it says being debited by Planet Fitness. So how can you guys stop this?
How can you not know?
So that no, we don't know that you have to deal with your bank. Your bank must be able to stop that. So eventually I called the bank, and every single month for about 4 or 5 months, I had to call the bank every single time, like, yeah,
stop it.
That's bank order, that debit order went through. Please cancel it again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we are discussing hilarious ways or how you've dealt with scammers before. Even on a call or wherever, please do share your experiences with us. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Simi, so I see you. He said we should play you The Only Doctor in the Game by Dr. Dre. When we come back, we're going to have that on.
Let's take a quick look at our sporting headlines for this weekend, and more specifically for today. Starting off with some football news, and after a month of strict loyalty tests, men can finally return to their forever yena, and of course our women now have a solid reason for Girls' Day Out. Football season is finally back. Fans have selected the respective club shirts. Yes, Feroza, I know you're getting quite excited. Yeah, football season is finally back, and of course our fans can now put on their respective club shirts. Some clubs have already sold out their away kits, and I won't mention what clubs those are, but it's one of the situations, if you know, you know. And of course we're a radio station that is quite neutral, so we don't make our support structure quite verbal. I will, however, mention that Mamelodi Sundowns, as league champions, of course, will raise the curtain for the 2025-2026 season. Of course, they take on Chippa United at the Nelson Mandela Stadium. The Chili Boys will, of course, will be hoping to add some more sauce to this season after a mediocre finish last season. Speaking about sauce, Orlando Pirates now have the master chef playing the football of his life. Of course, there's definitely going to be a feast for football fans at the Orlando Stadium this weekend, as of course Sipho Mbule takes on his former side in Sekhukhune United as they travel down to Soweto to take on the mighty Buccaneers at the Orlando Stadium. And of course on Sunday, they do say Sundays are for lovers. Chiefs, if you are looking to spread love and peace this weekend, please take on Stellenbosch Football Club and make sure you come out victorious. I suggest you get all your Women's Day plans done early. This game might just change the way you see the love of your life. So that's how the weekend plans looking as far as football is concerned. Of course, to give you further insight as far as the Betway Premiership matches are concerned, of course, our newly promoted side, Orbit FC, are also in action. They take on, of course, Amazulu, and what is said to be an exciting encounter. And of course, as far as international football is concerned, we double over to England, where the FA Community Shield gets underway. And in fact, that game kicks off tomorrow at around 4 p.m. where, of course, Crystal Palace will take on Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool League winners, and Crystal Palace coming out with the FA Cup victory last year, ensuring that the two clubs will meet each other as they encounter for the Community Shield Challenge. And then finally, to give you some insight as far as Formula 1 is concerned, we've now hit the mid-part season of the Formula 1, where we're now on our summer break, I'll call it a summer break. And just to give you a quick summation of how the season has gone, sitting right at the top, rather comfortably at the top, is the two drivers of McLaren, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, who sit well and away, or rather were drifting well and away from the chasing pack, which of course includes the likes of George Russell, Charles Leclerc, and we can't forget Max Verstappen. As things stand, of course, McLaren are sitting at the top, and with a huge point buffer amongst the chasing pack. It's not the season that Red Bull have hoped for, as of course course, things have come out this year that Chris Horner, Red Bull principal, was expelled with immediate effect from the team, which of course has led to more speculations within Red Bull and the issues that are going on within that constructor. So much so that it's led that Max Verstappen might just be leaving the Red Bull team to join Mercedes. Speaking about Mercedes, George Russell seems to be the catalyst for Mercedes. He's in fact fighting for his position because of course the pressure of Max Verstappen coming is now lingering and starting to cause a bit of pressure on George Russell. But of course the cool Englishman is sitting fine on top with the Mercedes, as he seems to be the primary driver for that team. It'll be quite interesting to see Max Verstappen and George Russell race for the same team, if it is said to happen based on what the rumors are circulating in the Formula One fraternity. And then as far as Ferrari is concerned, not the best exchange as far as changing of contracts is concerned for of course Sir Lewis Hamilton. He was hoping that a change of teams moving over from Mercedes to Ferrari would have brought greater fortunes, but not to be the case for Sir Lewis Hamilton, as he's once again battling with manufacturers, constructors, trying to get the vehicle to drive the way Hamilton is used to driving a Formula One car, and things are not going according to plan for him and his Formula One and his Ferrari driver and Charles Leclerc. Yeah, not a good outing for not a good halfway season for those two drivers. But of course, they'll be looking to turn things around as we head over into the summer part of the Formula One season. A lot to ride, a lot to be excited for in that regard. I like to say it's still finely poised, but McLaren, with one or two more victories coming out in the Formula One remaining season, they might just be crowned as overall victors for the 2025 season. And then finally, on to some rugby news. I know the country's in huge anticipation for the incoming tour as far as the Springboks is concerned. We just have one more week to go before our boys in green and golds don the green and gold jersey again, and to once again show patriotic expression as far as the rugby field is concerned, to just defend the number one spot in the world ranking. That's of course the Rugby Championship, which is just around the corner. Of course, as you know, the Rugby Championship does include 4 other teams. That is of course 3 other teams, that is namely Argentina, Australia, as well as New Zealand, some of the biggest and heavy hitting countries as far as Crunch Rugby is concerned. That's going to be quite exciting. Of course, the first game as far as the incoming tour gets underway next weekend on a Saturday, where of course the Springboks will be in first action. Looking forward to that. Of course, I'll give you more insight and more insight closer to the time as we approach that incoming tour for the Rugby Championship. That's pretty much my story for this morning. Back again between 9 and 11 a.m. on a Monday morning. Until then, that's enough said.
Yeah, man, I just want to say something I saw on Twitter. Gator McKenzie, oh hell, Gator, he just posted that he's got 200 tickets to give away for the match between Orlando Pirates and Sekhukhune FC as well. So,
but now his own club is playing. Why is he not giving tickets for his own club?
Corruption. I mean, we're trying to avoid. I don't know. I don't know. What better be corrupt?
Not like this. But of course, I can see why he's giving away tickets. Orlando Pirates fans have really started to fill up the stadiums. I think last weekend's game, the MTN game, it was sold out affair. It's a very rare occasion to see Orlando Stadium filled out to the rafters. But I think the fans, so much so that they've sold out their away kit. I think football in Africa, it's getting to where we need it to go. The quality of football has improved. The players have improved the game temperaments. The marketing for football in Africa has also improved, so much so after the various African tournaments that took place. So kudos more specifically will go down to Patrice Motsepe, but also to Ivan Khoza for doing the work they're doing to getting African football out on a worldly stage. Really looking forward to this weekend's Betway Premiership, which gets underway. A lot of teams will be looking to cause an upset. Of course, I'm looking out for Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, and the usual suspects. But it's said to be a good and entertaining football season.
So this is the MTN Cup, right?
No, so from tomorrow the new season starts.
Oh, the new season
the new football starts.
So makes sense.
So if you're a female out there, just be ready to be alone for a good portion of the rest of the year. Things are not going to be the same. And we gave you guys our attention for 1 month. It was enough. Now we are going to our forever Yena.
Going back. Please do download the Bogart Radio app and just share some hilarious tips on how you behaved or to deal with scammers, whether it was on a phone call or maybe it might be even in person, man. It's the Bogart Morning Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're definitely going to plug you on some also how to avoid also the corruption and everything else, man. So what's the fattest scam call you've ever had? Good morning. Right, it's the Bogart Morning Show, and we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9 and 11. What's the funniest scam call you have ever had?
Yeah, no. I believe our listeners are also scammers themselves. No? Because the way they're trolling scam callers, I'm like, guys, all of you guys
like
have
me,
the same,
man. I love it.
You guys get entertained by like, do you get a kick out of it? Of course, like a message coming in from Sean. From Sean, he says, I dragged the scam call out by saying, wait, I need to consult my astrologer in Zimbabwe about this transaction. And of course, the guy was like, what?
Isn't astrologer got something to do with the stars?
Something to do with the stars. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself,
okay, why you guys being Zimbabwe?
And how do you even respond to that?
Why you gotta be Zimbabwe? Why you got Zimbabwe though?
Right? They don't even care about astrology. I mean, they're not even concerned about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our listeners, and he continued to say, and of course, the operator went on. He said, "What?" And of course, the operator also gave up. And if you could prank a scammer with one line, what would that line of yours be? And of course, he says, "My line would be, my cat's the CEO of my bank. Talk to her." I could use it.
Oh, yeah. it's like bubbles.
The
goldfish.
It's goldfish.
It's goldfish. It's goldfish vibes.
Yeah.
I could also get away with that.
Yeah, I need bubbles who's goldfish who can handle my account as well, man. Oh man, that's definitely hilarious, man. But shout out to everybody who tuned in and also dropped a message on the Bogart Radio app. Please do not forget to download the Bogart Radio app. We might be giving away another mystery box if you download the app starting from next week. So please do tune in. And you know what? I met some incredible people yesterday. So obviously I had birthday gifts.
Nice.
Shout out to everybody who gave me a birthday gift. So I got a birthday gift from somebody. So I had to go trade it in because it wasn't the right size. So I went back to the shop. Yeah, because I was like, because I want something like I want a birthday gift that I'm gonna use, guys.
Yeah.
Please don't come. But if you can't, just e-wallet. You got my number. But I had to go trade in. So I met a couple of guys there. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're Ronny J. Drizz. What? I'm like, yeah, guys, download the
famous,
app. I'm like, guys, download the app. So they downloaded the app, and they said they're gonna send. I don't know whether it's these guys or not, but they said they're gonna send messages and they'll be tuned in.
Lovely,
you know what I mean?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So
shout
out man. But shout out, they're great guys. They really helped me out with a lot of things in that shop. It was quite nice.
Yeah, so also just a quick insight. We do have a few more Magumbas out in the studio. We have a few more sponsors that have joined us. So that mystery box is getting more and more enticing.
Nice.
So if you have downloaded the Bogart app, I'm sure there's a cousin, there's a brother, there's a sister next to you that hasn't. Encourage them to download it, and maybe you guys can share our newly revamped mystery box.
All right, cool, man. When we come back, we're definitely going to hang out, give you the latest story that's been happening also locally and also trending. This one is a bit of a trend. I got a few words to say about this actually when we come back. The
FNB app has become so accessible, so feasible that a lot of things can be done on it. And of course, playing such games as betting games, Betway, and of course, the Lotto itself. It's literally by a click of 2 or 3 three-phase buttons that you can send you through your Lotto numbers, and it makes it easier. Especially also getting a report back from the Lotto, for instance. The minute you send through your lottery numbers, you get an immediate feedback to your numbers.
Yeah, not to oversell FNB or anything like that, but FNB, it's got everything.
No, it's got everything. Bro.
Yeah, they will even ask you what your problem is in your life. You got it.
And I'll sort it out.
But even me, sometimes I even placed a bet on FNB.
So
that's how bad it is.
They've taken the narrative. How can we help you to another level where it's more interpersonal?
No, man. They would rather sell you everything. You don't usually go to a FNB branch.
Yeah.
But when you go there, they'll sell you everything.
And it's a 5-minute thing.
It's a 5-minute thing. You just come out and then they help you out because FNB, I feel like there isn't people. I've never stood in a queue at FNB, to be honest with you. Like all the branches that I go, maybe it's the branches that I go.
Yeah.
Unlike other banks, but yeah.
To give you further context in that sense, of course, from 2020 to 2025, jackpots with millions have now been consistently linked to tickets purchased via the FNB app as well as the ABSA app. Of course, this data is drawn from the public announcement by Itsuba and of course the media reports. So while of course Standard Bank had only one jackpot winner, other banks like Capitec, Nedbank, and Time Bank showed no winners in that period. Of course, our winners usually buy quick picks, betting small amounts between 15 to 90 50 rand, and of course the identity of winners remains anonymous with only
that's how much
limited
they put
details. Yeah, so it's not an amount of money. It's not a huge amount of money. If you got 10 rand lingering in your FNB app, it's literally a matter of actually let me go this. Also, if you got what are those things called from FNB? Those points,
e-bucks.
The e-bucks. I think you can also play the lottery with the e-bucks points as well. So they have made it quite efficient.
Have you won some before?
I wish.
Have you?
Lotto.
Yeah.
Only like 25 rand.
Oh, you won?
Yeah,
I've never won.
only like 25
It's not even
rand.
considered winning because I'm sure you probably like paid for like 10 rand and you like.
I paid like what, 5 rand?
Oh, you got your money back.
Yeah,
so
I got
20
like,
rand profit.
Hey, one. Okay, airtime.
But like I've stopped playing.
airtime.
I've stopped playing.
I've played. I've never won a single thing. Like guys, if you're listening, please, if you see my name in there, please just give me
and
some.
someone
If you got the
won-
numbers, send us the numbers.
Someone won the 124 million.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of debates around social media regarding, the legitimacy of the win. That is it a normal public person or not? So Ituba, the lottery, they ended up issuing a statement saying that no, I'll
They
try
can't
and check
announce the
the
winner, right?
Yeah, but also,
They can't announce who it is.
No, they
No,
can't
they
announce who
can't,
it is.
yeah.
People were just questioning that, are associates and executives winning within the board, or is it the public? Because why is it that there's just a lot of things around that conversation.
You can't tell who won.
Like, you can't tell, is it rigged? There's just a lot of theories and theories regarding that. But hey, I've won 25 rand, and
But most
that's all I've
definitely,
won.
if I win, there'll be signs.
Oh, there should be signs.
I
There'll
know.
be signs.
No,
We'll
there's
see.
no-
You win the
there'll be signs.
lotto, can they please be? No, there should be signs.
I mean, you will see, bro. I don't wanna
Because
lie.
you suffered publicly, my poverty was public. You
Yeah,
saw me
exactly,
hiking,
you
you
know,
saw me
so-
get-
Give me my flowers,
You understand? So give me my
I'll
flowers.
probably
No
tell
way.
y'all like after a year or so, like guys,
This is what
back
happened.
Then, back there, I hit a jackpot.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're right, man. So if we can't tell who's winning, maybe the board is giving themselves also the money. So we don't know.
We
because
hope not.
You have never won.
No.
That's
I've never
disheartening.
won. You have won 25 rand.
Do you know
And I've never
someone
met
who's
somebody-
won? That's
I
another
haven't.
thing.
Never
You know
known.
that everyone's starting to around social media. There's a lot of chat.
There was a lady that
regarding
they said
that.
they won the other time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. How does that come out? Because they'll say there was a lady who won it
Yes.
last time. She was a doctor or something. Like she was a nurse actually. So she used to work. I was like, yeah, that hospital. That's one.
Yes.
They need to send out
Maybe
CVs
it's up
now.
to you.
They need to send applications. They need to look at
Yeah.
applications because that lady is not coming back. But yeah, that's the only lady. But we don't know
Yes.
how she came out. She probably came out and said, "I've won this."
Yes, I think it's also up to you whether you want to remain anonymous or it's okay if they say. Because I've once read an article where they do say that who they don't really say the name, but they say that this person from Mpumalanga,
Okay.
then sometimes they say the age and then want this amount, and then they leave it at that. So I think
You have an option
can-
to say you've won.
I think
to
you'd have
give
an
them
option. I think you'd have
consent.
to disclose. I think
I think you do.
You
You
sign
can-
like an NDA
You
of
can.
some sort.
Oh.
You can't give
Yeah,
consent
to
for them
share
to
that
talk
information.
Didn't
about
they
it.
give you a consent form?
For 20 rand.
Yeah. You won. You won
Yeah,
25 rand. Yeah.
it's called donation, not winning.
won.
That
You're
was
but
donating
you
your
won.
money to YouTube. Guys, I want to bring this conversation into light. Of course, what does this mean for the banks in South Africa?
Yeah.
Of course, FNB and ABSA, as things stand, are probably winning more subscribers and more members because of the victories that are the victories that are coming off. What are the winnings that are coming off lottery? Now, if somebody else is sitting there and thinking, from FNB there were so many winners, that means I also stand a chance. So why don't I just download the FNB app and maybe I'll have a greater chance? Because gone are the days where you'd walk into a cooler store. I mean, you walk into a Spaza store or any other garage and you'd buy your lotto tickets. Gone are those days. People are now
Yes.
doing it via the app, and some people are thinking, hey, actually, ABSA had 5 winners last week, so that means if I download the ABSA app, I can stand a chance to become
First
victorious.
of all, this whole thing is actually confusing to me. Like, just even betting on the app, I just do it because, well, there's just instructions there. But I want to ask, what is better, to download their apps like the lottery companies, or just to download FNB and bet there?
I think
What's
it's
the
better.
difference?
I think it's better because if it's underlined by, because I know YouTube already have digital issues. They're not fully on the digital platform itself, so you can have issues of the system crashing. You can have issues of your information being misled or misguided or even lost on the system. Whereas with FNB, you're a customer, you're a liable customer.
Yes.
That information you can always go back to your bank and say, here's what I've done, here's where my money went. rent, my money hasn't come in. You can hold someone accountable. Whereas with eTuber, you'll go to the gambling board and they'll just look at you like, Chief, there's like 50 million of you guys.
But is that the same? Because can you bet like how you can bet? Like you can bet for horses and stuff like that, or soccer games and stuff like on the FNB app.
100%.
Okay, cool.
So what they do is they've actually signed up. They've actually signed with other betting companies. So with Betways, Hollywood Bets, all those other platforms have access, or rather have a platform on the FNB app. So it's like it's an underwriting of some sort. So you don't get misled. It's almost the FNB is taking responsibility for all these betting applications. So should you be misled, should your FICA application need to be sorted out, FNB will be the one communicating to these betting apps about your FICA documents, your legitimacy as a bettor, if you are the overage, if you're underage as a bettor. So I think the banks have taken that liability on themselves, which is why a lot of people are leaning towards the FNB and ABSA. And of course, I wanted to bring in the conversation of Capitec. Of course, it was brought into light this morning that Capitec will be expanding more of their branches.
They need to.
Pretty much on the opposite way. Other banks are closing branches and becoming more digital. And Capitec have realized that actually we have a lot more customers that need to use the bank. They don't understand how to use it digitally, and the traffic or the foot traffic coming into the branches works better for them, because then you can sell others. You can sell other items. You can sell life insurance. You can sell policies at the branch over and above on the app, because nobody's going to have time to go on the app and say, hey, I need this life policy. But if I'm speaking to you at a branch, you can sell me anything, and I, as a hotman or as an old person that is not internet, that's not technically inclined, I'll be able to consume information and think, actually, what you sold me is useful for me. You know, I'm able to engage with it in that sense. So maybe it's a good move for Capitec, considering the amount of queues you receive out of the Capitec.
I was about to say the queues.
So this also might curb that issue.
Home Affairs vibes.
Home Affairs next level.
I mean, they do have a lot of clients. I believe Capitec so far there's a time where it was leading with the amount of clients that they have, because they were catering to lower and middle class.
Sure.
So allowing, and
so pretty much it's just easier to get that Capitec account than FNB account, and it's much easier to swallow the information.
So it's a lot easier. Also, I think more importantly, the charges are a lot less on. There's more benefits and less charges on Capitec. But also, it will bring the question now: why don't Capitec just punch the lottery then on their system? Because if you are catering for a lower LSM or the lower LSM, to say
they
the
have
least,
it.
No, listen, they don't have the people.
They actually have it. So they also have winnings.
Listen, also it's a game of visibility as well.
I guess so.
So if the lottery companies, they have to come to the bank and say, bank, you already got the people, just advertise on your app, and we do this. The more people they get, the more money they get.
I would assume Capitec at this rate would most likely fall number 3 if there were any lottery winnings that were coming in. They'll most likely come off this FNB.
They do, actually,
considering the amount of numbers they have in the country.
100%.
They do. They have a lot of numbers. I just searched now. They have 24 million total active clients, and then they have 12.9 exactly, and then they have like 12.9 million on the Capitec app. And so that kind of warrants why
that's why
400.
That's why they got money, man. That's why they got the money, man.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. And I mean, there's 30 banks in total actually that are registered in South Africa. Yeah. But the big 5, I believe all of them have the lottery. They're definitely catering for us who gamble sometimes.
Interesting, man. Okay, cool, man. We're about to wrap it up. Just 5 minutes left here, man. So obviously there's been chats that has been going around.
Speak about gambling. That's a big
about gambling.
You can't gamble that. No, not in politics. Don't involve politics with the same. Don't do that.
Exactly, man. So the deputy minister slams the Open Chat podcast for offensive comments about colored community. So Deputy Minister Letsika has condemned the host of the Open Chat podcast for making derogatory remarks about the colored community. So the comments, which were widely shared on social media, including the claims that the intra-family sexual relationships were common among colored people and linked to the mental illness.
Yeah, that's a big concern. Sometimes like I always have my 2 cents about these podcast platforms. I think similar to us, where over and above the freedom we have to say what we need to say here, there's always a sense of decorum. There's always a point. It always comes from a good place. We never really throw comments out in the air to come out and try to be mischievous about it, or to try to be malicious about those comments. And I think certain podcast platforms ignore that. They always feel as if you're talking to your brother, your sister, your family member. The rest of the country is listening to you, so try be a little bit more respectful about the things you're saying, because someone out there will be offended by the comments you make.
Okay, so it boils down to, if they can say whatever they want, because online it's on YouTube. You can say whatever you want.
True.
So how can they? And then there's also freedom of speech. I don't know how that works.
Because it's very tricky. It comes down to human qualities. It comes down to being a normal, having morals. Where okay, actually, our country is very sensitive in terms of our racial.
Obviously, I'm condemning whatever they say. Whatever, it's not right. But how are you gonna say don't say this? Doesn't that get to a point where they have apologized, by the way, because they saw like it was just out of hand, like that's definitely out of hand. They apologized, but now it comes down to like, if I go on Twitter, that's what it is made for. Freedom of speech. I can say anything I want.
Yeah, but there's freedom in that speech. That freedom also comes with responsibility. You can't make your freedom the main ploy of your existence. There has to be.
But in court, how are we gonna?
I don't think
just
in court
I can go here and just
stand
go and shout.
No, I'm saying I don't think in court it can
the same
stand.
Thing.
What are you shouting?
I can just shout and say, you know what, whatever it is, and then probably it's about somebody. So I'm not allowed to talk about somebody.
It's getting to that point. I feel like
that means they're shushing you, in a way. So that's what I mean. All these podcasts, I think scandals after scandal after scandal. True. How is the Broadcast Commission actually handling this? They even fall under the Broadcasting Commission.
Are they regulated?
They're regulated.
Yes.
The ladies always say, especially in this building, it's not always what you say; it's how you say it.
It's how you say it.
And I think that's the plot. That's the plot. A lot of the podcasters tend to lose this. It's for them. It's I can say this. No one's gonna have an issue with me. You can say it, but how are you saying it and who you're addressing it to possibly boils down to who gets offended by it. Because I'm all for freedom of speech, but there has to be some form of responsibility. I can't just come out and say free Palestine. There has to be a reason for it. There has to be an attachment for that. I have to understand, okay, by me saying this, who I'm actually offending. I'm standing up for one part of it, but there's another part that also has their standing points. And I need to be considered to a point where I'm meeting each other both. Rather be on the fence, especially if you're on a public platform where millions are listening to you. So rather stand on the fence, rather be that person that gets marks for not picking a side, as opposed to picking a side and being heavily criticized for that, and also possibly being hung for picking that side.
Sure. I guess if I go to a taxi ring and then I just start pointing out people and cursing them, I guess I can get arrested.
I think earlier on this week we had a conversation about pineapple.
We spoke about it,
where I came across and they put up a comment. They put out an advert that may have come out as satirically, I may have come out as funny. But now if you're sitting down as a taxi boss and you're reading this and you're thinking, man, you guys are actually being derogatory. You guys are actually insulting us indirectly. So there are certain ways to go on about it. And I think because of the freedom of speech, we've taken it to an extent where now we're thinking, hey, let me just say it. So we'll deal with it afterwards and we'll apologize. Once we apologize, don't forget about it.
Yeah, man. But I think we really need to sit down, because I hear in Zimbabwe as well, the Broadcast Commission of Zimbabwe, they have regulated all the YouTube podcasts in the country.
Sure.
Yeah, so
they've already started doing that because it'll get out of hand.
So you kind of need to be mindful
obviously
of what you say.
It's a much smaller country, and there's a lot of people can talk back to the government there. But here, there's too much freedom of speech.
It's way too much.
The freedom of speech here is a lot, so it's tricky. People have rights here.
You know the worst part is, because now we'll judge you based on your previous conversations. We'll look at your previous podcast and we'll see, but you're having comments about, you're talking about such trivial things, and now when it comes to a serious matter, we need to take you seriously, and your comments are still as below par as are. Can we even take you seriously as a podcaster? Can we even take you seriously as an entertainer? Now we start judging you as a person over and above you as an entertainer. Who are you as a person? What do you do? And now it comes down to the point of, can you stand up for yourself in court? Is your mouth or rather your words as big as your money?
Interesting.
It's a tricky
all right,
one.
Cool, man. It's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a very tricky one.
But that's all we have for today, folks. It's a Friday, Mayhem Fridays, man. And may your weekend be one of the greatest and one of the best. Shout out to Zandy, also say morning fam. Happy belated birthday, Ron. Thank you so much. I love all the birthday wishes that are coming in, and everybody wished me a happy birthday. Shout out to y'all.
Let's
start this weekend. Are y'all ready?
We're ready for the weekend.
Oh, the porcelain in the studio is the problem, you see. But anyways, but definitely we're gonna leave you with the come up hour where we play you some of the hottest and latest tracks, man.